Yeah, baby. If you missed our last two events, you missed a lot of fun with great people that know how to party.
Go, girl. Go, mama.
Nothing better than the old school, mature crowd making new friends, making new memories, and living life as it's meant to be. Together, having fun, and enjoying ourselves. My name is Karen Stacy, and I have my own talk show.
Shit handshake for the elderly. Shit handshake. I fucking can't.
Make sure you tune into my talk show, Coffee Talk with Karen, weekdays at 11 a.m. And make sure you tune into Real Talk with Karen Stacy, Tuesday evenings. You can find me on all social media platforms. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. You can find me on all podcast platforms as well. So we keep it old school. We have fun. And it's great people meeting great people. Let's spread some love and light in this world and get back to living again. I can't wait to see you guys soon. Made so many great memories, so many new friends. I don't know. It's freaking awesome, man. So I will see you guys really, 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 really soon. Don't forget to tune in. I love ya. Bye.
Hey, it's Coffee Talk with Karen. Leave me the fuck alone.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me? Good morning. Good morning. I don't know. I did something and I had to unplug my mic before, and I don't know if I screwed it up or not. Can you guys hear me? Testing, testing. Is this mic working? You hear me? Okay. So all that stuff I just had on, could you not hear it? Okay. All right. Good morning, you guys. So, I am actually live on, what is that? Instagram as well. My glasses are like super duper dirty because I can't see a flippin' thing. So thank you guys for tuning in to Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Karen Stacy page. Please make sure you turn your notifications on, and please make sure that you hit that like button. We are also live on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. Make sure you join, and make sure you join all of your friends. And then we are live on Instagram. I'm Real Talk with Karen Stacy on Instagram. And then we are live on YouTube and on Twitch, Real Talk Karen Stacy. So I'm like, wherever you look, there I am. So, you know, you can find me. So I need your help, though. I need you to share out the video for me because without you guys, what the hell am I doing? I'm talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? I could be talking to my kid for this matter and not get listened to. So happy Tuesday, you guys. Good morning. Good morning. If you are new to Coffee Talk, please jump on and say hello. I'm new on Instagram. I've only done it a few times, so I'm getting the hang of that one. I don't know if Carmela is on this morning. So I need help. I guess I don't have a moderator. I don't know unless she's here and I haven't seen her yet. So please, you guys, any of you that can help, please share out the video. Welcome in our new listeners. So happy Tuesday. I haven't seen you guys since Thursday, right? Because I've been like, you know, playing hooky on for the summertime. I kind of like it, you know, I really do. I don't know about you guys, but like I have a friend of mine that she is so like boom, 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 boom. Like she gets it all done. And I'm like, geez, I guess I'm really lazy because like she's like, all over the place. And I'm like, do I really have to get up to do that? And so like, I think, I think I am a little bit lazy, truth be told. And especially I feel like in the summertime, we should be allowed to be lazy, right? Because, September's coming fast, really, really fast. And it's going to be back to the hustle and the bustle that I did not miss at all. Running around, driving my son to school, this, that, the other, like not that I enjoy the shutdown because the world needs to revolve, but at the same token, I'm going to say it was a hell of a lot less stressful, which we've talked about on the show before. So I'm kind of like, I like summer mode, which is probably why I could never move to Florida because I'd never get anything done because I'd be like, oh no, the sun is out. I got to go outside, So, yeah, I think that's a bad thing. Anyway, let me see who's on here. Let me say good morning. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning. I see ya. Gina, my girl. Good morning. Hi, Alyssa. How are you? Vanessa, good morning. How are you? Who else? Alyssa, thank you for tagging everybody. Gina, thank you for tagging. Hey, Joe, I see you on Instagram. Cheryl Kelly, good morning, sweetie. How are you? Happy to have you joining us this morning. We've missed you. Amy, next event coming soon with Karen Stacy. Hey, I hope so, Cheryl. I'm happy to do something if you want to collaborate. I know we were supposed to talk, and I guess you got kind of busy. So when you are available, please reach out. John Cunningham, good morning. Somebody said on Facebook, I heard it, but I don't know who you are. I cannot see your name. Why my eyes are so like, I can't see anything right now. Okay, hold on a second. I'm just trying to see where I am. The comments went kookalooks. Okay, I Bob, good morning. Hi, Tamara. How are you? Richie, hey, lady, good morning to all. And just stop by for a peek for a moment, melting out here. Yeah, Richie disappeared off the face of the earth yet again. But don't melt. Glad you are enjoying your summer. Yeah, Cheryl, you know what? This is what I try to spread, and you know this so well too, right? So like, you got to seize the day. Life really is truly a blessing. And it really just depends on how you look at life as to the quality and, the quality and your life, like in general, right? Because, I was saying this and me and my father were having this really deep conversation the other day. And I was saying it because, this week, like we all know, anybody that lives in New York, I don't know what the weather is like anywhere else, but in New York, the weather has been freaking awful. Okay. I say sucks moose cock. I mean, it's been terrible. Every day you wake up and you don't know what the hell is going to happen. It's a possible chance of everything and anything, right? Now I need the sun to come out because I don't know, I'm a goddess and I need to be like empowered by the sun, right? So when the sun don't come out, neither does Karen. Like I feel like, ugh, right? So when it finally, which is bad, but when it finally does, I feel like empowered. It's amazing, right? I don't know if anybody else shares this with me. I've spoken to a couple of people and they share this as well. So there have been days this week that were supposed to be crap. And we went to the pool anyway, right? And my son is like, Ma, just hope for the best. And you know, when you sit there and all of a sudden all the clouds are gone and the sun is shining, you're like, I stole today. If you're going to steal a day, make it worth something, right? So I think that it's all about perspective. Yes, we all have a lot going on in our lives. Yes, we got bills to pay. We got, shitty relationships. We got bad kids. We got tough family members. The list goes on, right? But life, my husband used to say this to me all the time, life is good. And I never truly got it. And I get it. Life is good. And it's as good as you're going to make it. So if there are a lot of people that want to concentrate on the negative, right? A lot of people that want to complain, a lot of people that need to be heard. And I totally get that. But you can't stay there long. So if you want to be that person that wants to complain and you want to be the victim and you want to be all of these things, great. Like, just let's not stay there. Let's visit and go. You know what I'm saying? Like a nice one night stand. Get in and get out. Because if you stay there, not only are you ruining your own day, but you're ruining the people's day that you are dumping on. So don't get me wrong. Sometimes you need to talk. Sometimes you need to say what you got to say. And I'm not, go ahead, talk. But don't stay there. You can voice yourself and say, you know what? I don't like this or blah, 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 blah. Okay. And cut. Move on to the next thing. So this is the thing is that, you don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Right. So that's where we need to be sometimes in life. Like, okay, you know what? Today, or that just sucked. I'm fucking pissed off about that. Get it out and keep it moving. Right? If the sun ain't shining and you had plans to be outside, you're going to be pissed off for a little bit, and then you got to get over it and find something else to do or sit on your fucking couch like a normal person, right? So, you have to push through these things, because if you stay there instead of visiting, then you're going to be a miserable and you're going to make everyone around you miserable. So you got to try and enjoy whatever you can. And if you only get, like half the day that the sun came out or whatever it is that makes you happy, then at least you got that. And you have to be grateful. So if you can just be more grateful for what you have and not think about what you don't have, you will see the world differently. I see you, Giselle. Giselle's in Facebook jail, so she's on Instagram. Good morning, my girl. Let me see. Miss you when you're not on, but deserve time for you and Noah. Thank you, Gina. Michael Vecchione, get to the club. Yeah, I'll be there soon, babes. I'll be there soon. Hold on, I'm coming back for you guys. The comments just bopped up. Yes, and for you guys that are sharing out the video, thank you so much for that. I greatly appreciate it. Good morning, Carmela. Hi, Rosie. Rita P, good morning. Ed, good morning. Michael Dirk, how are you, sweetie? Good morning. Raj Dodge, hi, Karen. Lovely to see you again, living my best life right now. That's what I want to hear. Good for you, baby. T3 in the building. Nice to see you healthy and happy. Thank you so very much. Right back at ya. Check your mic. Brooke, Karen Ann. I'm not sure what that means. Carmela. Karen, check the mic. No, everybody said my mic is working. Maybe go out and in. Your number one dancer is always positive. There you go, Michael. Gina, if you're gonna have a pity party, we'll be the only guest, right? Hey, Cheryl C, how are you? Okay, yes, thank you. Live life to the fullest. That's right, Cheryl. Cheryl Kelly, you feel me on that one, right? I know you get it. Hey, Allie, how are you? Um, yes. So it is very. Mike sounds good to me. Yeah, Carmela always has issues on her phone. I don't know what the hell happens. Carmela, go out and in, Mama. Come back to me, baby. Yeah, so I know we went through this whole mic situation. By the way, if you hear like a great humming in the background, I greatly apologize for that. I'm sure on Miami Mic Radio it sounds horrific, and I'm probably sure it sounds terrible on here as well. But that is like an industrial fan that one of my clients brought over to me. God, I love him. Because the air conditioner is blowing hot air. So I got enough hot air. So I needed something cool. And I have to tell you, that fan is no joke. It is like blowing me good, let me tell you. Ba-dum-bum. All right. So anyway, happy Tuesday. I don't know what you guys did over the weekend. What did I do over the weekend now that I think about it? Not a whole hell of a lot. Actually, you know what? Let's go there. Let's talk about this. You were low and the mic went loud. Oh, okay. I'm not sure, Carmela, my love, what happened. So let's talk about this for a minute. So there was some crazy shit that happened Friday. And I would like your opinion on this situation, right? So I'm gonna give the scenario. I'm gonna, there's, I always talk third person. I never throw nobody under the bus. But I guess you know what? Maybe what I should ask is, do you think that adults should get, I don't want to say get involved with children's stuff. So let me word this better. So where I am, the kids have a lot of freedom. And sometimes kids say and do the wrong things, right? Because they're kids. And do you think that if a kid does the wrong thing, that you should fight with the parent? What do you think about that? So that's why I say, should you just let the kids, so, all right, let me give you my take on certain things. So obviously my son is 12 now. And I have learned in certain situations, our children need help navigating certain situations. I don't know the right things to say in certain situations. So how the hell are they going to know the right things to say? Right? So I think that it is important to let your kids figure things out on their own. But I also think it is important for an adult to step in when the children aren't doing a good job. And when I say they aren't doing a good job, I mean that it's not going to end well. Right? So now, you have all age groups, right? So when my son was younger, it was more, you worry about them being safe, right? Like you don't want them like climbing on something they shouldn't climb on. You don't want them throwing sand at people. You don't want them snatching their toys, right? Like little things like that where you have to worry about that. And then as they get bigger, he's 12 now. So now I'm watching because I want to make sure, number one, that because boys like to put their hands on each other, and that's a hard no for me, unless you have to defend yourself. And then number two, girls. So, I'm sorry, but I'm paying attention. So there are a lot of scenarios, and all parents parent differently. One way is not right and one way is not wrong. We all have our own beliefs on how to raise our children, right? So I happen to be I'm not a helicopter mom anymore. I'm not going to lie. I was, but I trust my kid now because I helicoptered him enough. But I will still monitor things. So like my father says to me, leave him alone. Don't say anything. Da, da, da. And I'm like, well, I disagree with you. Because to be honest with you, I don't say and do the right thing a lot because nobody told me I shouldn't have said that. So in certain aspects of my life that has helped me, and a lot of aspects of my life, it has hurt me because I never was reprimanded for saying or doing something that was inappropriate for a child to do. So I think sometimes you gotta let your kid know. And I'm the type, like, I'll tell them straight out, like, I'm not the person, everybody's like, can I speak to you on the side, please? Or, like when you see couples fighting or whatever, you want to push my buttons in front of an audience, I'm gonna rip you a new one in front of an audience. Like, I don't play that. If that's where you want to go with me, I'm going right there with you. You want to put me on the spot, I'm gonna put you right back on that spot. And I tell my kid the same thing. You want to go there? You want to do this right now in front of your friends? Because I'm cool with that. Or you want to like rethink what you just said. So there was an incident that happened and it was horrible. And there were, young kids playing, and I'm going to give you an age range. I'm saying between 7 and maybe 9. And it was the boys and it was the girls, and the boys were teasing the girls. Now, again, these are young kids. The boys were teasing the girls, and, girls are no joke. And I'm sorry, 10 would be the age. I said 9, 10. And the girls are no joke. You want to come at me, they come back at you, right? So apparently, they were going back and forth, and adults spoke to them and were like, okay, let's all, be nice or whatever. Wasn't their parents, but it was just a concerned adult, right? So I guess the boys, said whatever, and the girls, retaliated, and the girls made the boys cry because, listen, don't go up against the girl if you don't, you got to have something to back it up, because we will eat you up and spit you out. Which is a good life's lesson to learn from the start, right? So anyway, that basically should be the end of it, in my opinion. So what should happen from that point forward is, if parents get involved, it's okay. If you got boys, be nice to the girls, be nice to the boys. If the boys and the girls, if you guys can't be nice to each other, walk away and do not play with each other. That's it. Done. Right? That would be what I would say. So now, are we in agreement on this? Would you say that would be the right thing? I don't know, because all right, let me just read, because I was telling the story so you guys didn't comment. Correct? An adult or parent should step in at certain times. Right, I agree. And unfortunately, knowing the certain times is always a little askewed. But you know what? Gina said, I don't get involved with kids. I speak to my kids about the issue, but when I need to step in, I will. I've done it, and the outcome with other parents don't end well from experience. So Gina, I want to know more about that, and you'll understand why in a moment. Tony. Hi, Tony. Okay, so Tamara agrees. She says yes. Okay, so what ended up happening was that it went from a silly thing that children should have navigated to almost a brawl. Now, I'm a lover, not a fighter. But, certain people need to get punched in the face. That didn't happen. But So let me digress and say that this happened not with my kid or like my boys. These were younger boys, right? So I don't know if it's my Bronx. I don't know what it is, but I got my sixth sense. And so the kids, whatever, and then the little boy, one of the little boys was crying, and then the mother went at it with all the parents and never went to her crying child that was being consoled by a lifeguard. So call me crazy, but the first thing that you want to do is make sure that your kid is okay. And you want to know the story from your kid, right? And then you have to know your kid to know that when you hear the story from your kid, are they, reenacting? Are they, not saying the truth, right? You know how that goes? Because my son is very dramatic. And I'm like, okay, get rid of all that stuff. I need to know exactly, okay, when this happened, what about this, right? So anyway, what happened was that this parent was going crazy on other parents, and the other parents they were going crazy on are not the type of parents that are crazy people. They're very peaceful people. And so peaceful that even after this happened, they let their kids go play in a different area. Okay, leave them alone and go play in a different area. And when I saw what was going on, I said to those parents, you need to go and you need to check on your kids because this ain't going to end well. And sure enough, this parent was screaming and cursing at a 10-year-old. So it got thick. And then I had to tell the spouse of the child, I said, you need to go check on your spouse because I just want to make sure that they're safe. And when that happened, there was an altercation. So, I mean, nothing ceases to amaze me. Like I said before, we had a long year and a half. So there are a lot of people, I guess, that have very pent up anger or whatever. And I get it. Go punch a bag, go work out, go whatever. But number one, you can't expect other people to raise your children. And number two, you don't yell at children. You have to have, yes, you can have the conversation with the adult, but you don't yell at people. We're adults. We don't yell at one another, right? That was so disturbing. And that was my Friday. And I was really pissed off because now we had the opportunity. So Friday was one of those days that the weather was supposed to be crappy and it turned out nice and it'd been shitty for all those days. And I was like, yes, like I need a cocktail. We're going to have some good music. Like I'm sitting on top of the world. Right. And then this freaking nonsense happens, which messed up the whole juju of the energy because now people are nuts because, your safety of your child. It was just that. So that was my Friday. What happened Saturday? What did I do Saturday? Nothing. I was just hanging with my kid, basically. And then did my dad come Saturday? No. So, and then me and my dad were hanging on Sunday. Of course, I was hanging with my kid and I was excited because the weather was nice and I was enjoying myself. And then yesterday, the weather, was nice. I had a nice, it turned out nice later on. And I had like a pretty relaxing, calm day. You should be yelling at anyone. You should not be yelling at anyone else's child. Let that parent handle that child. Yeah. So Billy, I get it. I will tell you that I am the first person that will yell at your child, but I will not yell at them like an animal yell at them. I'm the parent that if I see a child, and I learned this the hard way, if I see a child and I think that they are in physical danger, I will open up my mouth. And even if the parents say something to me, I don't care, because I can sleep well at night knowing, because if I don't say something and that child got hurt, I could never live with myself. So, granted, there is a way to speak to children. Yelling at them is really not the right thing to do. But I am that parent. And anybody that knows me knows that if your kid is around my kid, you're getting treated just like my kid. And most of the parents actually, are grateful for that. Sometimes I'm a bit strong because not every parent is like me. I'm strong with my child. So, certain people have, it's too much the way I say it or something, which whatever. But, it's a tough call. And like I said, the only time that I think that you should always open up your mouth is if a child can be in danger. And that's just me. And you know what? Like I said, people tell me, you know what? Mind your business. It's not your kid. And you know what? If it's in front of my face, and I can prevent somebody from getting hurt, I'm going to mind their business, and that's just me. But yeah, I mean, so again, the question remains, do you feel that, so actually, I'm sorry, everybody said that the adults should handle it, right? So, and again, sometimes that's a tough call, because you walk over to an adult to try to speak to them, and they're already like giving you attitude when you walk over. And you're like, well, now I know why the kid is the way the kid is, because you're not even like letting me talk when I'm trying to walk over to you. You can reprimand mine all day long. It takes a village. Absolutely, Danielle. And you know that, right? Of course, it's in front of your face. You need to do something about it. You know what? There are a lot of people that would beg to differ. Again, I do try to mind my own business. I try to sit by myself so that I don't say and do the wrong thing for whoever the hell it is. But when it comes to kids, my heart is very different when it comes to kids. And, like Danielle just said, it does take a village. So, if you're perfect, then you know what? I would like to take parenting lessons from you. But as I always have said, the proof is in the pudding. And it's funny because I was just grateful that my child was not involved in that. And that was the first thing I needed to make sure of, because my son stands up for what's right. And I would have been afraid that he would have gotten involved to protect the girls, because that's just the kind of guy he's, growing up to be, because I raised a gentleman. But you know what he said to me? He said, Mom, I wish I was there, because I knew the boys and I knew the girls, and I think I could have diffused the entire situation. That's what he said to me. He's going to change the world. I guarantee it. But, and again, that's something we need to try to teach our children, right? How to, and I think we need to teach adults this too, right? How do we diffuse situations? Because I'm sorry, but I'm 51 years old, and I'm not throwing down at 51 years old. I mean, I will. If you come at me, I'm coming back. But, we have too much to lose right now, and our children are watching this. So if you're going to sit there and you're going to throw down with another adult at 51 years old, it's a tough thing, right? Because you got to stand up for yourself. But now people are watching that. And then what happens if the cops get involved and all of that stuff, right? So we don't want that. We're too old for that shit. But this is that's why I try not to put myself in situations where these type of things will take place, because there's no reason for it. we all just need to get along, right? I mean, that's what I think. I say it all the time. If you could spread more kindness in the world, then that's what you should do, because every day is a gift. So let's not look to freaking punch each other in the face. Let's look to hug and kiss, right? That's how I look at it. I want to hug you. I want to kiss you. I don't want to fight with you. I mean, who needs that? I don't know. I think people just, I guess that a lot of people diffuse situation and get involved. Well, hey, Tina Marie, how are you? Again, the hard part about that is that now you are interjecting yourself into a situation. So although I respect like my son's feeling that I could have diffused the situation, it could have backfired and he could have put himself in that situation. And now this parent that was going off on everybody might have gone off on me in the sense of, why did he get, like, because he was involved too. And then that would have not ended well. So, in a way, I'm glad that he didn't get involved, because again, sometimes your mere involvement will ignite a situation and not diffuse it. It takes a very, very, very unique human being to really be able, and that was my husband, to really be able to get in there and diffuse something. Really takes a unique person to be able to do that, because a lot of times you can jump in and you will add fuel to the fire. So we don't want that, right? Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I've been going off on a tangent. To Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Karen Stacy page. And don't forget, thumbs up on that page. Turn your notifications on so you know when I go live. We are live on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group on Facebook. We are also live on Instagram. Anybody that is on Instagram, thank you so much for tuning in. I am new on Instagram here, going live, so thank you for joining me. And we are live on YouTube and Twitch, Real Talk Karen Stacy. So please share out the video. Please tag your friends. If you are tuned in, talk to me, baby. Talk to me. Right now, I was kind of just recapping on what was going on over the weekend and stuff. And then basically, trying to ask, what your opinion is on, children and them working things out on their own, and parents getting involved. So Gina said, real talk. Years ago, there was a kid. Hold on. There was a kid in my daughter's class who tortured her as well as other kids. It was the third school for him. I saw it repeatedly while doing lunch duty in the school. To say the least, try to talk it out on behalf of the kids and the mother, went and got an order of protection against me. The kid was not welcomed back to the school. Luckily, the school knew who and what that was about. So that was the caveat where, unfortunately, in my opinion, certain behaviors are unacceptable and people do need to be removed from the situation. I agree with that 100%. And again, usually you will find out that there are other instances that have taken place. And like, for instance, in the schools, they will overlook. I mean, I dealt with it for years. My kid was being bullied. And the school would overlook it. Meanwhile, I get like these little tidbits from the teachers or whatever, where this kid did this and this kid did that, and this kid always disrupted the class. But I guess there's some type of a bureaucracy on how to get rid of people. But yes, like I said, Gina, the apples don't fall far from the tree. And when you try and have a conversation, with the children or with the parent, you kind of realize that it's going to fall on deaf ears, right? So Alyssa said, I taught my kids to get involved and step in when you see a situation in front of you. Right. And Alyssa, I get that. But like I said, sometimes, when someone gets involved in a situation, it could worsen the situation. Sometimes you're better off going and getting help than interjecting yourself. And I told my son that too. Listen, anything goes down like that, before you went and tried to smooth over that situation, you need to come to me. You need to get an adult. And we need to navigate that, because, the last thing I need is some maniac coming at my kid, because you will see me on Channel 12. No doubt about it. Billy said, we teach our children right from wrong and respect for themselves and adults. Yes. But sometimes, Billy, I feel like we don't always, sometimes the right and wrong line is questionable, right? Sometimes you just don't know what the right thing to do in a situation is. I still don't know what the right thing to do in certain situations. And as an adult, I may still ask somebody, did I, because most of the times people want to bitch at me and they want to, everybody's got something to say. So, sometimes I'm like, all right, wait, was I right? Because I'm okay with that. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But what I say comes from my heart. So I'm not coming at somebody because I want to be a bitch and I want to be right. I'm coming at somebody because I am concerned and I think something is wrong. Now, again, maybe it's not my business, but you know what? If it's coming from the right place and I'm not coming at you, I'm coming to you, then we deal with things a certain way, that's my feeling. Okay, Cheryl, love you, mama. Let me see. Savion, I don't have kids. Don't think I'm going to have any. Savion, it's a challenge. I got to say, it's the greatest gift ever. You should have some. Get yourself a youngin' that can make some babies. Being a parent is the greatest gift in the world, in my opinion. I know it's not for everybody. And if you are not parent material, wear a condom. That's all I got to say. Because I always say it all the time that, you need to take an exam to drive a car, to get a driver's license, but any idiot can have a kid. And that is real talk. So, you know what? Being a parent doesn't mean sticking it in and all of that. Being a parent means that you're there through all of the navigating of the crazy thing we call life. And don't think that just because your kids are a little bit older, that they should fend for themselves. And you know what? Maybe you think that. Like my father tells me to leave them alone. I don't feel that way. And everybody does what's right for them. I feel that kids still need that guidance. My son still looks to me for that guidance. So my father says, well, then let him come to you for it. And don't say it and don't embarrass him or whatever. So I'm like, whatever. So, look, the last thing I want to do is embarrass my kid, but I absolutely will embarrass my kid, because guess what? If you embarrass your kid, they ain't going to pull that shit again, are they? Michael Stamos, good morning. Hi, Carlos. Good morning, sweetie. Michelle, tough topic. My daughter is 17 and I try not to get involved, but sometimes I try to advise her and guide her in the right direction. Michelle, I think that that's the best thing you can do. I agree. And I try to do the same thing. My child is not 17, but I think that the older that they get, the more guidance that they need. Think about it. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing, But the thing is when we get older, you have to sit back. So sometimes like things happen, right? And my father will make a couple of comments and I'm like, really, like in my head, I'm going, here we go, but then, and I'm like, that's not even, and then I'll think about what he said afterwards and I'll review, the videotape and I'll say to myself, I never looked at it like that. I see where he's coming from. I never looked at it like that. Now, is that the way I think? No. But if it's brought to my attention, I will entertain it. But everybody's different and everybody's parenting skills are different. You know, my parents were two hippies. They were like live and let live. And I'm like, you know, my husband used to call me the Fuhrer. You know, I rule with an iron fist. Anybody that knows me knows I rule with an iron fist. And you know, I realize that not everybody is like that. So I always thought everybody was like that because, you know, to me it's black and white, right? But there's a lot of gray areas. So I have to hold my breath and shut my mouth a lot of times when it's not my child or my man. Let me see. Alyssa said, when it's just kids involved, I let the kids hash it out. But unless it escalates in a point where an adult needs to step in, that's what our parents did. Okay. Hey, Michael, I see you on what's that? Instagram. Neri, good morning. We've missed you. How are you? Somebody just said hi, Karen Stacy, but I don't see your name. It just says Facebook user. So good morning. Even my older kids come to me for advice. That's how it should be. You know, we all need advice. The problem is that how many people do you really respect enough that you want to listen and take their advice into consideration, right? Ain't that the truth? Sometimes it's hard to take, it's hard to get advice because what works for one person doesn't work for another. So like my dad may give me certain advice, but I may not think the same way he thinks in that, but I'll listen. And I will see whether or not I can, you know, take anything from that conversation, right? The bad part is when somebody gives you advice, but it's not advice and it's like, the law, right? So, you know, a thing that I always appreciate is somebody saying, well, the way I feel about it, or, you know, if it was me. So I've learned to say those things because when you don't, I'm so assertive that if I don't say that right away, people think I'm being like judgmental or something, which I'm not. I just think a certain way. And if you don't think that way, that's okay with me. I'm not judging you. I have an opinion. But that doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means you do things differently than I do. And I'm okay with that if you're okay with that. I'm good. I've been away. Oh, okay. Good for you. Oh, hey, Henry. Good morning, honey. How are you? Sorry. It just is coming on Facebook user. I'm not sure what page you're on. Yes, trusting advice is hard for people. Mike is saying people don't always trust so hard to give advice. Well, that's the thing too, is that sometimes, you know, you give your opinion or your advice on something and you may become ostracized because of that, because people don't agree. So, you know, I'll have conversations with certain people and I will, you know, when you need to pull back. You know, like there was people that I was having a conversation with the other day, and they were talking about, you know, the vaccines and the vaccines for children. Now, I have my own beliefs on that. And they had their own beliefs on it. So, you know, we shared a little bit back and forth, and certainly my beliefs and their beliefs were not cohesive. So, you know, at that point, you know, I just bring it back. I said what I had to say in a very, you know, respectful way, just how I feel about it and how it would affect my situation. And we both kind of backed up and realized, okay, we're not on the same page with this, and that's okay. But a lot of people won't do that, and they'll come at you with it. And they keep going and they keep going. And it's like, okay, we've already established that we don't see this the same way. And if you're coming at me then you have no desire to see it any other way. If you're having a conversation with me, then maybe you do have the, maybe you're looking to see a different perspective. But if you're coming at me, then I know that you do not see it and you don't want to see it from another perspective because you're right and I'm wrong. So I'm good about that. Oh, you're on Instagram now. Hi, Cheryl, my love. How are you? Yeah, I'm all over. I'm trying this whole thing out. So listen, I know everybody's giving me a time check. Thank you. So I think I may have a little surprise pop-up guest tomorrow. TKA may be in the house. We shall see. JP, hello, Karen. Hello, JP. How are you? Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Oh, thank you. Right back at you, mama. So yeah, that may happen. And I don't know, I may have another pop-up something later. You guys know I've been laying low on the Real Talk on Tuesday nights because of the summer, and trying to line up some people, but I may do a little pop-up something later on tonight, depending. I'm waiting to hear from somebody. So if you don't see me tonight, then you will see me tomorrow at 11 a.m., right? So in the summertime for July, I'm doing Coffee Talk with Karen, 11 a.m., Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, okay? So make sure you tune in. Put your notifications on so that when I go live, you know that I'm here. And listen, remember, tomorrow isn't promised. Don't be an asshole today. Remember what I said earlier, we have to be grateful for every day. Do what makes your heart happy. And if you're in a bad place, just visit and don't stay. You gotta get away. You gotta pull yourself back and be grateful for each and every day. Because if you replace gratitude with all of the other crap that you got going on, you will be more humbled, more grounded, and be able to really take advantage of life as it should be. I'm not telling you it's easy, you guys. It ain't easy. But you need to be, we all have things we are not grateful for, right? But we all have to have at least something we're grateful for. So if we can replace those thoughts with gratitude, and you know what, even if you just do it for a minute a day, you will change the way you think. You have to change the way you think. You have to change your inner dialogue, because what we say to ourselves is what we're putting out into the world. The law of attraction, it's going to come back. So you know what? Like I said, tomorrow isn't promised. Don't be an asshole today. Be humble and be kind, because that goes a lot longer than being a miserable. All right. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. To all of you guys that shared the show for me, I thank you so very much. And for anybody that commented and joined the conversation, I thank you again so much. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, Wednesday, hump day. Like I said, I may have a surprise caller or guest, whatever you want to call it. So I love you guys. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys on Instagram, if I can get you out of my holder here. Hold on. Here we go. Well, 11 o'clock, you can get me. Okay. So Jay, we'll see you tomorrow at 11. Bye guys. I'm leaving Instagram. And now, okay. So now I'm going to say goodbye to you guys and tell you that I love you. And I hope you have a great day.
Do you know who I am? I'm Karen Stacy. I have my own talk show. You can come to my talk show anytime. We have Coffee Talk with Karen every weekday at 11 a.m. And we have Real Talk with Karen Stacy every Tuesday at 8 p.m. It's not your mama's talk show. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. And let's have some fun, baby. You can find us on all social media platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Periscope, and on MiamiMikeRadio.com. Testing. Is this mic working? You better believe it is. I'll see you guys soon.